I think she love me, cause I got the check on me. Won't spend it, then flex on me. Put a curse and hex on me. Scratch out my name, put the X on me. You should come check on me.
Hey guys! Welcome to my channel. Excuse my voice if I sound a little disgusting. I have a bit of a cold. If you've seen my face before and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe. Anyways, today I'm doing something a little different and I'm excited. I'm gonna be reacting to some college horror stories that I found on Reddit. I haven't really read through them yet. I kind of skimmed over it and I seen some crazy shit and I was like, yes, I'm reading this. If you guys want to read this for yourself, it's a whole thread of a bunch of them. I'm gonna leave it down in the description. With that being said, let's get right into the video. My sophomore year of college, I lived in a suite with 3 other girls on the top floor of a brand new dormitory. Starting around October, we began to hear a bunch of unexplainable noises. It started with talking that sounded like it was coming from inside of our suite, but we just chalked that up to be people chatting in the hall. Soon after that, we started to notice the strong smell of weed. Then came catcalls. We'd hear, "Oh, baby," or whistles. As you can imagine, we were starting to get freaked out, but our RA was convinced that it was all in our heads. Excuse me? It came to a head at the end of November. I was changing in my bathroom when I heard the catcalls again, and then I thought there was no way that it was a coincidence. Right when I got all of my roomies into the living room to tell them that I heard footsteps upstairs, finally it clicked. There is no upstairs. What the fuck? Police were called and they eventually figured it all out. Turns out that the 4 boys living next door had discovered how to get up into the ceiling and walk right next door into our ceiling. There was quite a bit of space, and I'm told you could almost stand up straight in there. They would store and use their various drugs and alcohol up there and have a show while they're at it. They could see through the vents into both of the bedrooms, the living room, and right straight down into our bathroom to watch us on the toilet. For nearly 2 months, they spied on us every day. Shortly thereafter, they were kicked out of school and ended up in jail. Huh? What? I don't even have any words for that other than what the fuck? Imagine being watched while you're taking a shit. Next! So I'm at a friend's house one night and she's having a party. One of the girls who lives there gets ridiculously drunk. So I get stuck with the awesome duty of holding her hair back while she sticks her head in the toilet and pukes. Anyway, she starts to feel better, so we leave the bathroom when we realize that the entire upstairs reeks. It just smells terrible. Terrible. All of a sudden, another girl that lives there says, "You guys, did that girl who passed out on the bed shit herself?" So we go off into one of the girls' bedrooms, and this random girl who nobody knows is passed out on someone's bed. And there's diarrhea all over the bed. Oh, hell no! Boy. Eventually, the smell spreads through the entire house, and the party has evacuated because it's too overwhelming. Damn, what did she eat? 2 gay guys got the even more awesome duty of showering the girl off and taking her home. They are loyal. I just want to know what's going to happen to the bed, because honestly, that's disgusting. Just throw the whole bed away. Throw the whole room away. Throw the whole house away. The girls who lived there ended up crashing at my house for the night. What resulted was probably an hour of non-stop beautiful puns. What a shitty night. Man, that party was a shit show. You will not believe the shit that went down tonight. The girl who shit on the bed came back the next day and gave the girl whose bed it was $100. I mean, that was nice of her. That must have been so embarrassing. I feel the embarrassment in my heart. It turned out that the diarrhea was only on the comforter, so she just needed to buy a new one. And not a new mattress. Apparently, the girl has some condition where she can't control her bowels under stress or something, and blacking out is not good for that. Also, apparently this was not the first time it happened to her. Well, she don't need to be going out getting drunk to the point where she blacking out. She can't be shitting over everybody's beds. Also, I have a picture of the gigantic shit stain, but for the internet's sake, I won't post it for now. However, if anyone really wants it, it does exist. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna insert the picture. If you don't want to see the picture, skip ahead to this time right now. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Next! During fall semester, we had been the victims of about 5 to 6 false fire alarms. Bitch, same. Every time it was the same routine. Alarm goes off during wee hours, RA comes around with master key, unlocks the door, and forces us to evacuate the building. It was early February and very cold. The alarm goes off around 3 a.m. My roommate and I debated just ignoring it versus leaving the building. Me, every time there's a fire alarm, I'm in bed, I'm just like, should I get up or should I risk it? But at my school, you can actually get you can get into big trouble for that. You can get fined $500, and on top of that, apparently you can become a felon. I don't know if it's just the rumor to scare us or whatever, or if it's true, but either way, I'm not risking it. So finally, we decide that they will drag us out again, so we get dressed while half asleep. My roommate opens the door just in time to see smoke in the hallway and our RA running past our door full speed with a fire extinguisher. He looked at me and said something like, "Huh, smoke?" And it dawned on our still asleep brains that this was the real deal. We quickly grabbed some stuff and got some food. We weren't allowed back into the building for about 6 hours. Here's the kicker. While we were standing around, we were looking for a couple of friends from down the hall, but never did find them that night. We finally caught up with them the next day and asked where they were during the fire. They replied with, "What fire?" They weren't joking. They lived in the small wing off the main hall with a few rooms, and the fire alarm failed in that section of the building, and nobody had gone that hall to get everyone out of their rooms. These hoes slept through the fire. They could have died. That literally made my heart drop for some reason. I just imagine myself being in that situation, sleeping through a whole fire. Nobody went to go get them. They could have died. That is tragic. Next! I spend a lot of time in college drinking, and I have some great drunk tales to tell. But in my favorite story, I was stone cold sober. Ah, shit. Freshman year, I was pledging a fraternity, and I had spent a night deeding for brothers. I have no idea what that means, but okay. I had a rough night, you can imagine. So when I finished, I was waiting for a bus back to my dorm, looking forward to a relaxing night of sleep. Around 3 a.m., 3 drunk girls, 2 more drunk than the third, we'll call them A and B, in the third seat, stumble up. One trips and catches herself on me. I don't want anything to do with the situation, but I'm a gentleman, so I help A to her feet and talk with her until the bus shows up. By talk, I mean I try to decipher her slurring. Can't understand a damn word she's saying, just a typical drunk freshman. Damn. The bus comes and I help her to a seat and promptly move her to the other side of the bus. I can't overstate how much I don't want to be a part of this. But before the bus takes off, she and B come sit on either side of me, and C reluctantly follows. A's hands move towards my shorts and into them. Blindfold. I'd been in a similar situation a few weeks prior when I'd been drunk and went home with some rando who ends up puking on my dick mid-BJ. So I'm very, very keen on not having a repeat. What am I reading? I look around and make sure nobody's paying attention. Gently remove her hand and whisper, "That's mine, not yours." Ooh, okay. Respect. She looks dismayed but leaves me alone. Apparently, girl B saw what happened. She pats my chest and says, "Thanks for doing that. She's really drunk." I say, "Oh shit." Why? The fraternity I was pledging makes pledges wear pledge pins. If a guy touches it, you have to deck them in the face. If a girl touches it, you have to kiss her. She hears my reaction, looks down, and sees the pledge pin. She grazes and gets a look on her face, like a kid on Christmas. I try to curtail what I know is about to happen, saying something like, "Oh, no, I'll kiss your hand." But before I can do anything, she launches a full frontal assault on my face. You don't know how many guys she kissed that night. It's a little disgusting. I feel bad for this guy. He really didn't sign up for this. He really tried to get himself out of the situation. He wanted nothing to do with none of these girls. He's just trying to pledge for his fraternity. At this point in the story, I should now mention I'm packing a full lip of grizzly wintergreen. It's gross, I know. But I'm southern and stressed out at the time, so fuck you. With the excitement of the quasi-bust-bound hand job, I haven't spit in a while. She recoils with this look of horror and disgust, and I instinctively shout, "Spit, don't swallow," which caused everyone on the bus to stop what they're doing and look at us. I honestly don't know what the story is. If you've ever dipped, you know what that means. If you don't, she was real close to puking. So she follows my advice, turns, and spits directly into C's lap. This causes a chain reaction of chaos. A is yelling at B for stealing her boy. C is yelling at B for spitting in her lap. B and C are yelling at A for being a drunken whore. A is yelling at C for making them all go home. They all got off at the next stop, crying and screaming. I saw 3 of them next week, and none of them remembered my face, but there was some very, very visible tension between them. Wow. That's all I have to say for that one. Okay guys, so that's all for this video. If you guys enjoyed any of these stories or found this video a bit entertaining, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Honestly, I wasn't expecting these stories at all. I'm a little shook. Like, I didn't, this took a turn. This really did take a turn. I apologize if you've seen the photo because I am scarred from that shit. See what I did there?